Okay, bitrate should be better now. Okay, I don't know if you can see this actually, so I'll just read out what I'm typing as I'm typing. This is all from the perspective of a Corvetti fisherman whose journal of being trapped in the prismatic blooms. I've just written the part where they escape, they get back home. But since this guy's kind of a poet, I need to make him more introspective. I'm gonna turn the music up a little bit because I am going to be talking more consistently now. And I don't want to hear too much of my voice. As time elapses, truth becomes fantasy and okay. As time elapses, reality. The past, there we go. The past becomes fantasy. Reality slowly accuracy gives way to Okay. As time elapses, the past becomes fantasy. Accuracy gives way to... Accuracy yields to... Accuracy yields to growing accuracy is bested by making of legends, and only fragments of truth are preserved in myth. I hold these things to be true, but I cannot help but believe in the outlandish tales of the dawn of fear. After seeing his home with my these old eyes of that one cannot touch the very that anyone foolish enough to strike at the anyone foolish enough to strike at the Master of the Bloom would find themselves defeated by their own weapon. But he is capable of multiplying his self. Well, I have never laid eyes upon the Lord of the Light myself. I know against every better judgment in my being that I cannot help but seek out the prismatic blooms once more. Last entry in Fizamir. Jotbak Fizamir's journal. Presumed lost at sea. Okay, let's read this through in a kind of Russian voice, I guess. Dawn. Such a small piece of the day, yet more breathtaking than the sum of the rest. Try as I might, the prismatic blooms have taken hold of my mind, and I cannot shake them from my dreams. It has been 2 months since my crew sailed through those shining waters, and while it is understood that the blooms are only algae, words cannot do justice to the truth of this thing. It is like being near enough to reach and catch the very stars in the sky, as if the sun has broken into a million little pieces that float upon the sea. In the same way, the cubs do not truly know cold until they have seen the north. No amount of flowery language can accurately describe the prismatic blooms to those who have not experienced. Life has taught me that beauty is not without dangers. The first and foremost danger is the dazzling hypnotic light itself. Many of our crew, and I among them, were entranced by the scene before us to the point we stared so deeply we became blind for a time. When we had recovered our senses, our vessel had drifted directly into the bloom. The tales of voyagers taken by the adepts were not foreign to us, and this realization that we were in heart of Don Amphir's territory woke us from our wonder. It is a humbling experience like no other to be faced with mortality. I have long lived my life knowing Corvedi sat near the top of the bloodline order, but to realize the difference between us and the Amphir is unsettling like nothing I have felt before. Levos lost 2 brothers to the Dawn 14 years ago while trawling on a ship. He knows better than any others what horrors this place is capable of, and immediately began raving about dangers in the water. Long had we tried to coax him to speak on his experiences, using alcohol to pry his secrets from him, but his silence stayed with him. Now we could not stop him from babbling on. There are many, and beware the light. His outburst sparked panic that nearly caused a mutiny. We managed to escape the bloom with no real damage done to us. But the memories of that brilliant light will stay with me always. As time elapses, the past becomes fantasy. Accuracy is bested by the making of legends, and only fragments of truth are preserved in myth. I hold these things to be true, but I cannot help but believe in the outlandish tales of the Dawn Empire after seeing his home with these old eyes of mine. That anyone foolish enough to strike at the Master of the Bloom would find themselves defeated by their own weapon. That he is capable of multiplying his radiant self. While I have never laid eyes upon the Lord of the Lights myself, I know against every better judgment in my being that I cannot help but seek out the prismatic blooms once more. The last entry of Jacques Wiesemir's journal, presumed lost at sea. Cool. Okay, that one is done. Then we've got this Marafier guy. We have been granted the opportunity by His Majesty King Celegra VIII to forge a trade agreement with the forces of the Hearth Empire. We draw near the Devil's Bell, bringing with us 24,320 crowns of goods from across our great empire. Of the original 30,000 crowns spent on wares, we lost over 5,000 after losing a vessel at sea. This was accounted for in our original estimates due to our inexperience with watercraft. Log entry, 6th day of second equinox, year 243. Our hosts are gracious, but there is a vast cultural gap between our people that keeps everyone on edge. We have had the great fortune to catch the attention of the Hearth Empire, who spends a significant portion of the day conversing with us. As a token of goodwill, we have gifted 80 stone of various preserved spices, and 3 expensive works of stained glass totaling 678 crowns in value. In exchange, we have received countless local treasures, which must be appraised when we return to the Daystar Coalition. I have no doubts their value will far exceed our expenditures. Log entry, 12th day of second equinox, year 243. It is difficult to ascertain whether the Hearth Empire has been elevating the temperature of the region to strengthen its trade position through our discomfort, or if it is always this sweltering. While he seems amicable, I have found him to be more ruthless than I'd imagined in matters of negotiation. Despite the mock threats he levies against us, I feel that he is more like a geriatric lionborn than any frog I've ever met. His latest ploy in these talks of trade are as unreasonable as ever. His latest offer, yeah, sure, are as unreasonable as ever. And I believe we must be more aggressive with our strategy. Log entry. Day of second equinox, year 243. I guess we soul. Because these guys are Marathier, are lion-coded people that worship the sun. Just be entry, not enti. Just one moment, I've got to check something. Okay. Perfect. I don't think offer is the right word I'm looking for. His latest... Also, I've got to change this to this guy. We have overstepped our authority. Now we have made a grave miscalculation, and I prepare to complete negotiations as swiftly as possible. Are comfortable or stay here. God damn it. Lessened my caution against this force of nature. I'll stay here, lessen my caution against this force of nature. being that must not be provoked. The Rage Amphier approached with an army, with a veritable army of blood-mad creatures. I watched as the Hearth Amphier what does the Hearth Amphier do? I'm trying to remember. Let's pull up the doc. Hearth. Before they reached no. Many sharks rushed towards the King of the Hearth and were burned before he moved a muscle. To death before he moved a muscle. He sent us away. We felt a burst of energy. There was as though we had freshly rested. As the two monsters clashed. One of my men too slow to leave and nearly fell unconscious. By the very presence just by proximity to the hearth. Log entry 16th day of second equinox, soul 243. We begin our journey homeward. Change the color of this real quick, like. Actually, hang on. So we're doing hearth. I'm gonna pull up the hearth music now. Okay. That should be about where we want it. Right there, maybe. Okay. We begin our journey homeward. Grateful to we are ecstatic to make our way back to dry land. The excuse me. What in this loop? There we go. Oh, beautiful. Levels. fashion. We are creatures of land. Until our departure, the Rage Amphere stayed as a guest in the Hearth's home. I wonder if this too was part of Hearth Amphere's plans. I admit we took a we'll make a profit from this cooperation, but he who the wily old volcano tamer double check, but I think lion's share is what I'm looking for. Yeah, bigger part. Shall reap the lion's share of in this deal. This is gonna be a not Caveretti. Vukta, I believe, is the plan. Yeah. Wolf people stranded at sea. We got messages in a bottle. These guys are talking about the growth amphere. We should never have trusted that Boggin knew how to pilot a Caveretti watercraft. That whelp left us all stranded at sea and didn't even have the decency to survive long enough to face us. Most of us succumbed to the depths, and now we're free. If this letter should find anyone, please save us. We offer all the riches of our possession, of which there is much. The waters here are teeming with life, while we cannot cover the distance to the ocean floor. And back, with breath still in our lungs, it is covered in living stone, of all colors I've seen, and then more still. Thousands of fish float about and have no fear of us. I don't know if I'm doing that voice, that was kind of tough. It makes catching food an easier task than I could have imagined. Now fresh water is our biggest concern. I know that we are not too far from the coastline, so whoever reads this, I pray you find us before the sharks do. We sustain ourselves on Dominic brew. It seems this was a weak batch, but this has been a blessing to stave off dehydration. We spend our days intoxicated, eating all kinds of seafood. This place would be a dream if not for our inability to leave. Benka. Murmurs about something moving beneath the waters that puts us, that has put us on edge. Based on our estimation of the stars, we Okay, how far can you see out in the ocean? A few miles off the forest, the Acrewood shore. Coastline. Rescue will... A rescue mission will be worthwhile. The effort, I swear it. Rescue us. Penka has been taken. It's as if the ocean grew thick with life that made it difficult to move. This is the territory of the blasted growth Amphir. We have watched it hunt. It restrains and somehow it restrains and injures. Then somehow through what looks like healing forces its prey into a helpless, unconscious state. Those beady eyes haunt my saw mine, I swear it. I know it. I fear I may be next. I fear I will be next. If by some chance this message reaches someone, bring us away from this place before the monster returns and my life, our lives shall be yours. Okay, that's something. Okay. For anyone curious, this is color-coded by who's talking. Red's just me. Orange is from the perspective of an Argus message. Yellow is the journal of a Curvetti fisherman. Green are bottles, messages in bottles left by a Vukta, a creature of the night. And blue is from a Marafia merchant from the Daystar Coalition. Each color is supposed to describe kind of a separate part of the Amphere. Orange is just it's kind of a brief history of Amphere as creatures. Now I need to get into more of the design mentality stuff, I guess. I think I'm stopping stream here for now. I've kind of hit a wall on inspiration, so I need to take a break, grab some lunch, and then I might be back on later.